So let me tell you why I am so passionate about eating plant-based and how I got there. So I have been eating really a plant-strong diet since 1987, and I basically have two people that were very, very kind of inspiring and kind of my heroes that kind of led me to this lifestyle. And the first was my father, my plant-strong father, who has some of the most profound evidence-based research on the planet to show that you can not only stop heart disease, but you can also reverse it purely by what you put in your mouth. And then the second is a gentleman by the name of Dave Scott, the 6-time winner of the famed Hawaii Ironman Triathlon, the most grueling endurance event on the planet, and he fueled himself with a predominantly plant-based diet. And so I've been eating this way to fuel myself as a man, as a professional athlete, and as a firefighter for over 23 years. And I think that it is the best way to eat, period, bar none. And I can't tell you along the way how many people have told me I could never eat that way. It's way too radical, it's way too extreme. And what I want to share with you today is why it is the standard American diet that is absolutely so extreme and so radical, and why it is a plant-based diet that makes sense for so many reasons, and it's right under our nose, and it's the answer to everything. We have about 63% of America's calories are coming from refined and processed foods. It's white bread, white pasta, white rice, soda pop, fruit juice, right? No fiber, no phytochemicals, no antioxidants. Basically, all of the bad and none of the good. And I think everybody knows what we're talking about here. 25% is coming from animal-based products, right? Anything with a face, anything with a mother, that flaps a wing, wiggles a fin, paws a hoof, anything with muscle, you know, eggs, dairy, you name it. It has the 3 major building blocks that promote disease, namely animal fat, animal cholesterol, and animal protein. Right now, if you're eating the standard American diet, 1 out of 2 of you will die of heart disease. 1 out of 2, doesn't matter if you're male, female, what your ethnicity is. 51% of Americans die of cardiovascular disease. 51%. So really, it's ubiquitous in everybody that's eating the standard American diet. That's a healthy cross-section of an artery. Now, look closely and you'll see what happens over 10, 20, 30, 40 years of eating the standard American diet. So you can see what happens. It basically starts to rot out and it starts to fill up with all the cholesterol, the fat, the calcification, and the scar tissue. But we're asking our blood to flow through that little pinhole there and perfuse or feed the heart. And that's problematic. I want to let you know that basically big food, big business, big pharma, they are so happy to have you addicted to their foods and to be sick. And so I want you to get pissed off, and I want you, to know that you no longer want your taste buds to be hijacked or your health to be hijacked. And it's time to win back your health and win back your palate. And it starts with plant-based nutrition. We're fighting Western disease, and we see up close and personal the destruction that's being caused by 3 implements: the fork, the spoon, and the knife. The fork, the spoon, and the knife. We see heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, Alzheimer's, every shift, and it is incredibly sad. And it's very disheartening because it doesn't have to be that way. Because one of the first things people will ask you is, well, what about protein? Where do you get your protein? Because most Americans don't know that you can't, most Americans think the only way you get your protein is from animal-based products, or from meat. The reality is, plants contain all the protein you need and more. Most Americans are actually protein toxic, and they're toxic with the wrong type of protein, animal protein. We as human beings only need a small amount of our calories from protein, about 5 to 10%. really anything much above 12%, and we either dump it in our urine or our feces, or we store it as fat. It's the one macronutrient that we cannot store, is protein.